EXTER'S tip: why physical silver belongs at the top of EXTER'S pyramid. Years ago, Chris created a new version of American economist John EXTER'S famous pyramid when he added physical silver to its tip. Let's call his pyramid Duane's pyramid because it needs to be differentiated from Mr. EXTER'S pyramid, which stops with gold. Chris's addition of that tiny tip of silver is magnified on his newly released round, EXTER'S tip, which makes it easier to see. It also demonstrates that silver, not gold, is the most highly liquid asset in the pyramid. Liquidity, risk, and the structure of EXTER'S pyramid. The more liquid an asset is, the easier and quicker it can be sold. This is why EXTER'S pyramid, which ranks assets by risk, shows derivatives and unfunded government liabilities at the opposite end of the pyramid from gold. The term unfunded government liabilities means there is not enough funding to offset the expense involved in sustaining the government's social programs, including Social Security, Medicare, federal employee/veteran benefits, and state-level public pension plans, and the retiree health care OPEB programs. So the government borrows more money to cover those expenses and sinks the U.S. taxpayers deeper and deeper into a quagmire of unrelenting debt. From sovereign debt to unfunded liabilities. In John EXTER'S time, the riskiest spot on his pyramid was reserved for our third world sovereign nation debt. The government had a low expectation for when and how those loans would be repaid, so they were considered high risk. But the government still expected them to be repaid with interest. Today, those same 1960s Great Society social programs listed as unfunded government liabilities have usurped that position, and incredibly, they contain no obligation whatsoever that the money be repaid. They're simply a redistribution of wealth parlor game played with somebody else's money. Whoever thought this was a viable proposition was an economic dumbbell. Anyone with half of a brain in their head should have been able to predict the astronomical debt and the obscene mismanagement that has resulted with the government at the helm. Now let's turn to physical silver and look at why Chris considers it to be the safest and most liquid asset class on his pyramid. When John EXTER created his pyramid in the 1970s, gold was considered to be the most liquid of all asset classes, and silver was simply considered to be money. Today, with the negation of the gold standard, the recent boom in electric batteries, solar panels, and technology manufacturing, everyone wants physical silver for their products, and very little silver is used in our money. Physical silver now has 10,000 industrial uses, and the demand continues to rise as the supply continues to shrink. There just isn't enough physical silver in the ground to mine, and there's very little left above ground as technology gobbles up and then trashes what's available. This is why physical silver is such a highly valued and uniquely liquid asset, even when compared to gold, which now has only one primary usage: jewelry. Not only is silver easy to sell, because unlike all other asset classes, it's an unencumbered asset, but it's also in great demand. So, although Chris's new strike, EXTER'S tip, appears to indicate that there is a lot of silver available when compared to the other asset classes, it's simply an optical illusion. Silver is actually on the cusp of becoming unobtainium. Better buy it while you can. Chris Duane issues 2 new proofs each week that are available for a limited time. These proofs come in a presentation box with the certificate of authenticity, as shown here. They are also available in BU Brilliant uncirculated versions, which are only stamped once, and they come in copper as well. You can check out all Chris's Silver Shield proofs and all things Silver Shield on ChrisDuane'sSilverShieldCoins.com.